I feel like the most important question we should all be asking ourselves is how to save ourselves from social media. I made a video about this 2 months ago and it was one of my most popular videos. This confirms two things for me. At one, every single one of us has dealt or is currently dealing with the mind-altering poison we call social media. And two, I will be making an awareness video about social media every month to continue opening up about this not so silent pandemic. Social media is single-handedly destroying our lives, our relationships, our hearts, our ambition, our dreams, and everything that is surrounding by us, everything in our hearts. It's destroying every single piece of it. Ever since social media entered our lives over 10 years ago, there has been a massive increase in suicides, mental health, loneliness, eating disorders, and the list goes on. There has not been a skyrocket in scientists, philosophers, polymaths, and anything that really brings total value to this planet. So the argument that social media brings good doesn't really drive with me. Yes, I can understand how there could be some good that comes out of it, but is it worth all the damage that it's causing? Social media isn't social anymore. Originally, the platform were invented so we can stay connected to our friends and family. However, what started as a way to be in touch has changed into a market. No surprise there, dollar signs got involved. People no longer post their pictures because they want to share a happy memory with their loved ones. They post because they're basically naked, showing off a travel location or something they accomplished. The worst part is people don't feel satisfied in the given moment until they share it on social media to find that validation from people who follow a similar pattern. Well, let me give it to you straight. Every single one of us is different. We're all lead actors of our own stories. You'll never get validation from anybody but yourself. But the problem doesn't end here. It grows from here. Normal people like me and you are stuck in a bigger cage that is invisible to the naked eye. Big influencers will post in a certain outfit in a certain way to make you believe that by going to that certain location, buying that certain clothing item, or buying that course, you'll be so much happier, so much more attractive, and just the person you want to be. Like little mice, we fall into this trap till we're deeply addicted to it. But you lose something bigger. When was the last time you sat there with a cup of tea in complete silence and allowed your mind to think? I'll stay here while you think about that. Now, when was the last time you scrolled on social media? Right? That answer was a lot quicker. The problem is not that you're using social media. The problem is that you're letting social media change your perception and your thoughts. We no longer call a friend and connect deeply with a friend. We go on social media and look at their stories and send them memes. We no longer sit with our parents to chat about random things. We go on social media to listen to some random influencer saying our parents are so toxic. In short, you are no longer doing you. We've turned into social media scrolling zombies, making your mind a puppet of what your favorite influencer is saying or doing. Whatever a writer, an influencer, or a YouTuber says, we're just nodding away with it. Ironic enough, you're currently listening to me on YouTube. And this leads to my next thought about YouTube. I've been a consumer on all the platforms, and I've recently turned into a creator on all the platforms. All I can say is that YouTube gives me a feeling of more energy and more control of what I consume. Most likely because it's more long form content. You're able to consume one video and then shut the app and continue with your day. The energy and the connection feels more deeper, more meaningful. Sure, if you watch one video after another and you continue to watch videos, it can turn into a negative. In the end, my recommendation is to stop consuming anything online. At the end of this video, I'm gonna share 3 tips to help you do exactly that. You have the answers inside of you. Just look inward. Anyways, I can ramble on about this topic. If you want to dig deeper, just reach out and we'll dig deeper. But let's get back to the video. I just feel like you can no longer have your own voice, opinions, thoughts, and judgments. You just want to be part of a tribe. And that makes you look and sound like your favorite influencer. And the dangerous part is, this all happens on a deep subconscious level where you don't even realize it. It's a gradual process that takes your real self away from you. And that's one video at a time. You completely put your mind on pause until you no longer have thoughts of your own. And then you wonder, why can't I make any decisions confidently? Why do I always need people to tell me what's good for me? Why don't I have a unique personality? And this is how you save yourself. I am part of the creator economy. As you can tell, you're watching this video. It's part of my job, my bigger mission. I realize that I can't do both. It's either I create or I consume. If it was up to me, I would grab my phone and I would chuck it in the ocean and I would just have it flip phone. But unfortunately, it's not up to me, because if I were to do that, I can't help anybody. I can't share my message. I can't share my experience. I can't share what I've been through and where I've come, and I can't inspire and motivate people to take control of their life, destiny, and create their future. Helping people brings me joy, genuine happiness. I consumed for 10 years. I felt lonely, depressed, and terrified of other people's opinions. And when I shifted to a creator mindset about 12 months ago, a lot changed for me. I felt my voice come back. I felt my confidence come back. I also then realized that my own theories and my own thoughts started to come back. I was no longer influenced by other people's thoughts and perceptions. I started to then feel like myself. I started to then create from my heart. And that allowed me to lead with my heart. My goal is now to share anything around mindfulness, mental health, self-healing, really anything that can bring happiness to someone's life. I realize that social media is all just an illusion. The accounts that grow and scale are the accounts that are really good at creating an illusion. They're just really good at the game. And that's how they grab your attention. Your attention equals money. Money for the platform and money for the creator. If you want to save your heart, your mind, and your soul from the prison of social media, you have to set healthy boundaries that align with you. They don't have to be the boundaries that I've set. They have to be the boundaries that align with you. Here are 3 things that you can do. I've done it. I've tried. I've tested things. These are the 3 things that worked for me. But here are 3 things that you can do and you can try to see if it works for you. And at number 1, the best one, the one that I did for over 18 months, my favorite one, you delete all the platforms. You get rid of your smartphone and you get a flip phone. You turn to reading books. You turn to different entertainment. You find a community. You connect with that community, and that is your journey. And I think that is the most wonderful and purest way to do it. But I also recognize that is the most hardest one to do. Great, it would be the best one, but it's also very difficult. And I did that for 18 months, but like I said earlier in the video, I want to come back to share a message. Yes, I no longer consume, but now I create. That is for me. But again, number 1, throw it all away, grab a flip phone, and watch your mind change. And at number 2, becoming a creator. It's not all about money, fame, likes, and followers. That's not what it's about. It's about growing as a person, learning deep, and inspiring others. The best way to learn is to teach it. When you're a creator, you no longer have time or energy to consume. You become the system instead of being used by the system. Now, you use your knowledge to share good and positive, to uplift people to get off the platforms. So what I'm trying to do, you don't want to start pushing a narrative or a negative message or jumping all the trends or doing all these things to keep people on the platforms, keep people engaged, keep people spend their money. You want to do a positive thing, a positive energy, to uplift people, to motivate people, where they watch a video and they can X out and continue with their lives and feel uplifted. Number 3, mindful consumption. This is much harder because the platforms are smart and know how to keep you on them. But if you're strong, then you can do it. Unfollow all the accounts that make you feel deep emotions like sadness, anger, or any triggers. Meme accounts are actually unhealthy. Laughing at your own pain every day is not a good thing. The reason why memes are so funny is because they're laughing at your pain, and that's why you relate to them. Limit yourself to 15 minutes a day, or 1 YouTube video a day. Only educational content. It is possible. It just requires strong ill will. You can even delete your personal account and just create a ghost account. These are things that I've all done along my journey. I started with the 3rd one where I just unfollowed a lot of people, and I just followed the people that brought me value, that made me watch a video and inspired me to, continue with my life, continue my journey, and didn't make me feel like I need to keep watching. I unfollowed the accounts that made me feel a need for materialism, that made me feel a need to want a different partner, a different girl, because they're naked and all these type of things, like in bikinis and all that. Like, I unfollowed all the accounts that made me feel unhealthy inside. And when I started to do that, it changed everything for me. I fell in love with myself. I then fell in love with my partner. I then got married. Everything changed, and I strongly believe it's because I removed social media. I believe that if I still consumed every day the way I used to consume, I would not be married today in a happy, loving relationship. I strongly believe that. But it was a slow, gradual process. I started with number 3, mindful consumption, started to unfollow. And then I moved on to the first one I shared, which is delete everything. Did that for about 18 months. I healed myself, found myself, discovered myself. Once I was able to do that, I moved on to the second one that I shared, which I started to be a creator, not a consumer. I started to share what I was learning to then grow more as a person in hope to inspire and motivate people. Anyways, those are the 3 things. I want to leave you with a few last things. Leave your phone in a different room when you go to bed. This will create such a massive impact because you're leaving your phone out of sight. Now, when you wake up in the morning, it forces you to get out of bed so you don't lay there and doom scroll. When you go to bed, when you leave your phone in a different room, there's also other benefits where the electromagnetic field doesn't affect your brain when you sleep, but we won't get into that rabbit hole. But it's actually dangerous to have your phone in the same room where you're sleeping. The other thing too is when your phone's in a different spot when you go to bed, you are motivated to then read, to then do other mechanisms to fall asleep instead than grabbing your phone. Another thing is wait 2 hours before checking your phone in the morning. You'll notice a massive shift in your productivity. You're gonna wanna meditate in the morning, read a book, focus on exercise, yoga, gym, whatever it is, but you'll notice that it's you time before picking up the thing that is the most distracting thing in the world, your phone. And then before bed, put your phone away 1 to 2 hours before bed. It takes away the blue light so you have better sleep. Also, it motivates you, like I said earlier, to read a book. Control your phone addiction so your phone doesn't control you. With love and gratitude, thank you for tuning into this beautiful video. I'm so glad that I was able to get passionate and raw about all this. I hope it aligns with you. Hope it motivates and inspires you. With gratitude and love, peace.